Yo, what's up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new and you're a fan of the NBA, subscribe to this channel. So let's get straight into it.
It's like it's Minute Maid, hijack 4, renegade, 24, number 8, Kobe shit fade away, ballin' since 11th grade, still in school, let them hate.
June 20th is the day that these 18, 19, and 20-year-old players' lives change forever. But also the lives of these organizations too. Because some of these players will either be the superstar, star, or elite role player that is needed to help these lottery teams escape the situation that they are currently in right now, so they could eventually compete for the NBA's most prized possession, a championship. Now, NBA drafts are really tough because it's a guessing game, and today in this video I'm going to be making a whole bunch of guesses and really try to predict what teams will do and what moves will be made on this electrifying night. There are going to be steals, there are going to be mistakes, and there are for sure going to be trades. In this video, I'm going to be wearing 14 different masks. You heard it right. 14 teams I'm talking about today. That's every single lottery team. 14 of them. Now, I know for a fact that people will disagree with some of the things I have to say. They always do. Some people think I'm a genius when it comes to these mocks, and other people think I'm an idiot. And if you're one of those people who thinks I'm an idiot,
don't care, don't care, don't care, still don't care. I don't care. I don't care.
I really don't care. So, as I said in my last mock draft video, you better go ahead, sit down, and sit back and relax and watch me talk to you about what could transpire on this fateful night.
I guess this is okay.
With the first overall pick in the 2019 NBA draft,
the New Orleans Pelicans select
Zion Williamson. Now, this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone at all, and if you're one of those people who are surprised by this, please seek help. I'm going to pin a mental health facility's number in my comment section just for you, so you can go ahead and get yourself checked out, because there is no way in hell that Zion Williamson is not going number one. As stated in my conspiracy video, yeah, quick plug. He is the exact type of player they need to uplift this organization through this incredibly tough time. There isn't a better way to start off a rebuild by taking this 6'7", 270 to 80 wrecking ball with just a few more tweaks and modifications made to their roster, adding players who complement Zion's game through trades around Drew Holiday and AD. Their organization is going to be right back on track. With the second pick in the 2019 NBA draft,
the Memphis Grizzlies select
Ja Morant. I said it right this time. The Grizzlies literally couldn't be any happier with this pick right here. The timing of things are almost perfect. They moved on from Marc Gasol, who is on the verge of falling off, and have Jaren Jackson Jr. to carry on the legacy. And Ja Morant is going to continue the 1-2 punch the city of Memphis has always had with Conley and Gasol. Except this is going to be a much more exciting, athletic 2019 version of him. Ja's future in the league is destined to be sensational, and a dry basketball city like Memphis needs that type of touch, that kind of swagger, that kind of excitement. Now, although the Grizzlies have Mike Conley, who is still one of the league's best PGs, and also since he's 31 years old and still has a couple years left in him, they sure as hell aren't gonna let him prevent them from landing Ja and letting him wear Memphis colors across his body, because Conley is injury prone and is aging. Whether they decide to trade him or keep him around just so Ja can learn and gain some knowledge he wouldn't be able to attain himself in a timely manner, they're still gonna be straight regardless. Memphis really deserves this. Ja is gonna be a really special talent, and so is Jaren Jackson Jr. There was a storm quietly brewing in the city of Memphis that's just waiting to strike at any moment from now. With the third pick in the 2019 NBA draft,
the New York Knicks select
RJ Barrett. Now, RJ is universally known as the third best prospect in the draft, and when it comes to just straight up potential, there may not be anyone else in the draft who has as much as him after Ja and Zion, of course. Now, the Knicks may not even keep him for all I know, because we all know Anthony Davis is more than likely going to be on the move really soon. Wherever RJ ends up playing though, on the first day of his rookie season, whether it be the Knicks or the Pelicans, if he has the right players around him, players who can allow him to breathe and do his thing in the half-court set, he has a chance to be exactly what a lot of people believed he could be. Now, he ain't perfect and he has his flaws, but his flaws shouldn't overshadow all the positives that he does, nor outshine what he has a chance to be. With the fourth pick in the 2019 NBA draft,
the Los Angeles Lakers select
Cameron Reddish.
You have another trade to announce?
The Los Angeles Lakers have traded Cameron Reddish and others to the Pelicans for Anthony Davis as expected. More coming soon per Woj. That is right. I believe that the Lakers are going to pick Cameron Reddish on draft night. Not because they want him, but to trade him. Because 9 times out of 10, that is a player that the Pelicans would want next to Zion. I honestly think that all of this madness comes to an end on draft night. And I think that AD would become a Laker on that day. Now as to who else the Lakers will package for AD, I'm gonna save that for another video. And as for the Pelicans in this case, they get to get rid of all the negative, awkward vibes surrounding their organization because of AD and replace that with new, fresh faces and talent. Cam Reddish is the perfect player next to Zion. And you can't tell me that Zion wouldn't be much more comfortable and happy in New Orleans with his road dog from school, Cam, by his side. And Cam, by the way, in the NBA, if given the opportunity, can be a special talent and a potential top 7 forward in the league one day. His feet and length defensively is Iguodala alike. And on the offensive end, he has another level to unlock. A level he's never tapped into before. His skills and talents on the floor in college was almost impossible to put in full display alongside RJ. Now though, he has a chance to showcase his entire repertoire. With the 5th pick in the 2019 NBA draft,
The Cleveland Cavaliers select
Jarret Covert. I swear to you that this man right here is by far the most disrespected and underrated top prospect in this draft. And whoever lands him, which in this case are the Cavs, is gonna gain a really special talent. Looking back 3-4 years from now, he could go down as a top 3 player in this draft easily. He literally has the full package. He's an amazing defender, a stellar, reliable playmaker, a shot creator, and an average shooter. The only thing that one could try to nitpick about his game is his shot, which I want to mention, by the way, isn't even a liability of any sort. With Culver, the Cavs would receive a much needed playmaker alongside Colin Sexton, since that's not necessarily his thing currently. These two guys' play styles and energy would feed off of each other beautifully, and this would be again another great low-key move from the Cavs front office. Culver may not be as athletic as Zion and explosive as RJ Barrett, and he may not have the flair of Ja Morant, but he is by far the most well-rounded prospect and one of the safest prospects in this draft. In my opinion, whoever drafts this man Covert is for sure going to get a future all-star. With the 6th pick in the 2019 NBA draft,
the Phoenix Suns select
Darius Garland. Now Darius is a tricky player to judge because he only played a few games in college, but from the looks of it, only a few games were needed for him to be ranked this high amongst this elite group of players this early in the draft. Now this isn't too hard to explain, of course. We're talking about the Phoenix Suns here. They need a point guard, of course. They've needed one for how long now? They are in dire need of one. If they don't fulfill this need, then they are going to continue to struggle finding success in the deep Western Conference, because literally everybody is going to be good next year and the year after that and the year after that. Everybody in the West is going to be good except for them. They've been the bottom feeders of the West for how long now? That reputation needs to be changed before the young core that they got starts to separate and retract from the organization. And Devin Booker may be the first piece to do so in just 3 to 4 years to come. With the 7th pick in the 2019 NBA draft,
the Chicago Bulls select
Kobe White. Now just like the Suns, the Bulls are in need of a point guard. And since Ja Morant nor Darius Garland are going to be available, Kobe is the next best option. So there's a very high chance that they end up trading that pick instead of taking Kobe. For what though? Trade it for what? That answer isn't too clear yet, and I'm gonna save that topic again for another video. But if they do not trade it, Kobe is for sure their guy. With the 8th pick in the 2019 NBA draft,
the Atlanta Hawks select
Deandre Hunter. Now as we all know, or most of us know, I'm a Hawks fan, and my reaction to us landing this early of a lottery pick was bad. It was pretty bad, but not too bad, because the situation could have been a lot worse. I always keep that mindset whenever something doesn't go my way. And in this case, for all I know, the Dallas Mavericks could have ended up keeping their pick. And if that would have happened, I would have had a mental breakdown. But thankfully, I and millions of other Hawks fans across this planet didn't have to go through that heartache. So since our first two options, Jarret Covert and Cam Reddish, the two players I really wanted, are gone, we'll just have to settle for Deandre Hunter. Now, I'm not saying that he is cheeks, alright? He is far from that. It's just that he's not someone who has a high ceiling and can be a true difference maker. He's a great shooter and a great defender, but he isn't anything more than that really. Or at least he doesn't have the same potential to be more than that as Cam Reddish or Jarret Covert. Nevertheless though, I'll still be content with Deandre. With the 9th pick in the 2019 NBA draft,
The Washington Wizards select
Sekou Doumbouya. Now the Wizards can look at a lot of directions in this year's draft because their roster is literally all over the place. There's young players, injured players, old players, vets, middle of the pack guys, and there isn't many sure things on their roster. And as we all know, these Bradley Beal trade rumors are starting to really heat up. So all the signs to me are pointing towards a rebuild. And I don't know a better player they can start it out with considering their position in the draft other than Sekou Doumbouya. Now a couple of days ago I made a video about international prospects and Sekou was the star in it. And to say the least, a place like Washington may want to take a chance on him. Because of the rebuilding state they will soon be in. With the 10th pick in the 2019 NBA draft,
the Atlanta Hawks select
Goga Bitadze. Okay, now I know a lot of Hawks fans have never heard about this man's name in their life. And that's okay, that's expected because this man plays on the other side of the world. He's an overseas player. Goga is a 6'11 center with a 7'2 wingspan who averaged 16 and 6 on only 24 minutes of play in the ABA league. You see, most Hawks fans have been brainwashed and set to the idea of taking guys like Bol Bol or even Jackson Hayes, when in reality, Goga is the best option out of all of them. The only reason why he isn't brought up oh so much is because he's an underground talent. He doesn't have the eyes to display his great abilities. He has great low-key passing vision, he's an intimidating defender, and he has a consistent jumper. In Atlanta's offense, being surrounded by shooters and a point guard in Trae Young, and also an athletic beast in John Collins, we could seriously contend for a playoff spot as soon as next year. If our GM Travis Schlenk is really about it in that dude, he would pull the trigger on the most slept on big man in this draft, Goga. What leads me to believe that Travis may actually do this and shock a lot of Hawks fans and maybe even NBA fans around the world is that not too long ago rumors surfaced that Travis Schlenk fell in love with a Euro big man, and I believe that is Goga. Bol Bol is a great player and he has the potential to be something scary. For real, that man is like 7,000,000'7", bro. But he is just way too much of a risk that is not worth taking. And as for Jackson Hayes, he's a good player, but his potential isn't as high as Goga's. Fun fact for Goga also, he plays for the same team that Nikola Jokic used to play for. And he's having a lot of success there too. So before you talk crazy and spew ignorant words about this man right here, you need to do your research. With the 11th pick in the 2019 NBA draft,
the Minnesota Timberwolves select
Brandon Clark. He is for sure one of the oldest rookies in this draft, but that shouldn't and probably wouldn't stop the T-Wolves from grabbing him up because he is literally the perfect player to put alongside Cat. He plays hellacious defense and is an otherworldly defender on the perimeter and in the paint. And offensively, he's one of the best finishers around and above the rim in the draft because of how athletic he is. There is no other prospect that they can get at their position in the draft that would be a better fit than this guy right here. He's a day one impact type of talent, and because he's so old compared to the other rookies, he is NBA ready today. With the 12th pick in the 2019 NBA draft,
the Charlotte Hornets select
Jackson Hayes. So as of now, the Hornets have a pretty unstable, unclear future because that man Kemba Walker is a free agent and I feel like that man is gonna leave soon. So whether Kemba stays or not, Jackson regardless is going to be the best pick for them. He's a really solid prospect who has the potential to be a really solid player in this league. Superstar potential? Hell no. Star potential? Hell no. All-star? I wouldn't even say that. But he's gonna be a really good player. He's someone who's really solid and consistent. That's exactly what that organization needs. With the 13th pick in the 2019 NBA draft,
the Miami Heat select
Rui Hachimura. The Miami Heat have been in one of the worst positions possible in the NBA these last few years. They've been mediocre and haven't been bad enough to land a good pick to acquire great young talent. And at the same time, they've never been good enough to seriously threaten any teams in the East. But a chance to draft Rui may just help them figure themselves out. Hachimura is a really intriguing talent because of the way he can dribble the ball and his smooth jumper. I don't think the Miami Heat can let someone like that walk past by their side. With the 14th pick in the 2019 NBA draft,
The Boston Celtics select.
bro, I seriously do not know who they pick. Because for one, Kyrie Irving's decision kind of has a lot to do with this. But if I had to take a good guess, I feel like the guard Tyler Hero is going to be a viable option for them. He's a great shooter on the wing that they will need regardless if Kyrie stays or leaves. And more shooters who know their role is what they really could use. So this is officially the end of my real 2019 NBA mock draft. Now I'm just letting you know right now, 9 times out of 10, this list isn't gonna match up on the actual night because a whole bunch of things can happen in a month from now. And a team could easily switch up their views on a prospect and be more fond of another. This is just what I think could possibly happen on draft night. Like I said though, man, this is the end of the video. I really do appreciate you for taking time out of your magnificent day to come over here on my channel and to see what I have to talk about today. Make sure you leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, and also, yeah, like I said, leave a comment. Let me know what you guys think about my list. But oh yeah, also follow me on Instagram and also on Twitter. But until then, I'll get right with you.
No way, remember back when I couldn't get a play, no home, I ain't have a place to stay, I got to work, made the surf, free the way, Told my girl who'd ever thought.